Good morning, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. On both ends of the front border here, I planted these zucchini plants, and they are starting to really produce. Look at that. I'm going to have a lot of zucchini. I love the leaves of the zucchini. It's very architectural, and it take up a nice corner here, and they're productive. This is so beautiful. I just need to take these dead ones out, but I also have planted in here some of the squashes, and I did plant a pepper there, and also a watermelon plant right here. So I'm hoping that the watermelon will catch, and then it can grow in this area, which it used to do before. So in this front, I also have the peppers, some beets, but mostly peppers. But then on this corner, I have some of the zucchini as well that are doing fantastic over here. It's taking up this corner really well. The leaves are so pretty, and I love how they look at this corner. I also have my peppers here, the green peppers, the cabbage is looking good. And check out this. I think this is the largest zucchini. I also planted a watermelon somewhere around here. I don't know how it's doing, and some squash. But I think this is so pretty here. I also planted zucchini here at the corner, but they're not as large as the others. I think because over there they get more sun and the soil is a little more richer, but they will produce, and I'm looking forward to getting some zucchini from these as well. So this is my kitchen garden, what I'm calling my kitchen garden. Last year I used it as an herbal garden. That's how I started. But this year I decided that I wanted to also extend that to planting vegetables and growing a lot of them. So it's a small, tight space, but I'm hoping to rotate different vegetables here and utilize the space to the best of my ability. So I've already put in the tomatoes, and these are different pumpkins and squashes here. Let me take you inside so that you can see a little bit more what I have done here. Well, this here is milkweed, and it was here before and it just comes up naturally, so I decided to allow it to go ahead and bloom, and then when it's finished I'll just cut it back. But yeah, that's milkweed. So before the milkweed showed up, I had already put in my tomatoes here, and they are coming up. So I'm going to need to make sure that they're attached to the cages. I also planted in some cabbages here, which is in amongst, and I have also some eggplants and peppers and cilantro there that I'm going to need to move along with basil. I'm going to move them out, transplant them so they have more space. But you can see that the tomatoes are coming in. And these are my larger tomatoes here. So I need to make sure that they're attached to the cages. In here, wow, this is so sweet. This is my snapdragon that I had planted by the winter sowing. And they finally come up and flowered. Isn't that beautiful? I love the color. I just decided just to put them here because it looked like they weren't growing. And then all of a sudden now, look at that. They've shown up. Now these are beans, string beans, here in the bed. I also have chocolate mint here. And that's chamomile, though that came back from last year. I planted in here kale, and there are beets as well as peppers. And I also have an eggplant, and they're just overtaking one another. Now here in the center, this is my blueberry bush, and look at that. I have blueberries I had a lot earlier and I came through and already picked them. But there are still more to pick, which is fantastic. So in here I also have verbena. And the verbena, I grew this from seed as well, using the winter bottle method sowing. And I put some in here. You can see the kale, you can see the different bees and wasps and things that are just loving this space. And there's my beetroot. And I also have, returning from last year, these chives. But this is what I want to show you also. This is my forget-me-nots. Yeah, they finally showed up. And that too was from the winter sowing as well. Here in this container, that's my ginger mint in this container. And over here I have my candy mint. And as you can see, it is starting to spread out runners. It's outgrowing this pot already. I love what I'm seeing here. It's my tomato. I planted a cabbage there. And my kale. And I did this with winter sowing, or actually early in the season, in March. And my gardeners suggested that we could plant kale and turnips and beets and carrots, the root vegetables, and I did what he said and I put them in, and now they are a good size. Isn't it fantastic? I even have Swiss chard and my carrots coming in. I love the color of the Swiss chard. And then in here I have sage, oregano, and thyme. My herbs, I put them in the pot. So I love these string beans coming up here. Soon I'll be able to harvest them. In these pots I have my caladiums, and I'm still waiting for them to shoot up. So I've put them over here where it's a little warmer, and hopefully they will start to bloom. But what I had planted here in the spring, early spring, was my salad greens mustard mix. And they started flowering, they flowered and started to go to seed. So I pulled them up, and I'm trying to save some of the seeds. So this area, I'm going to clean this up and transfer some of the plants that I showed you over there, like the tomatoes, the eggplants, the peppers, And I also have some okra that I am starting that I'm going to put in this area. I'm going to move these things out and put them in this area here so that they can get more space to grow. But my kitchen area, my kitchen garden, this area has been producing, and I have been enjoying the salads and the different foods we've been eating and drinking our teas. Over there I have some lemon balm, and it has been really great. It is a little wild here, but I don't mind because it's been very dry in the Boston area here. And so because everything is so close and tight, it's been able to shade the soil and keep in the moisture. So things are going very well. They're just growing very, very well here. And I am pleased with my little garden area. So what I'm going to do though is continue to weed it out and move things around in here, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like right now. The other thing that I want to show you is the corn. Look at this. My corn is coming up. Isn't that fabulous? And I planted the squash here, different squashes, and they'll be able to come out. I also planted some corn seeds in the midst, in amongst here too. Hopefully they'll be able to move past everything and come on up. And then right here, these plants right here, they're cucumbers. And hopefully they'll find their way up here on the cages. And then here I have beans. Yeah, they're doing very well too. They're coming up on the fencing, which is great. That's exactly what I want them to do. They're my snap peas. So this rain has really helped the garden. I'm starting to see cucumbers develop on my cucumber vine. Along with the zinnias that are back here. Well, thank you so much for joining me here at Catherine's Garden and Home. Have a wonderful day. Bye. Where we grow, 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 grow together. For more videos, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time right here in Catherine's Garden. Bye.